Hi everyone, I'm Rochelle, and I have 3 little girls. Anna, who is almost 4, Chaylee, who is 2, and Gemma, who is 5 months. And if you're joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel, where I make videos on integrating the Montessori method with our Catholic faith at home. So with the new year quickly approaching, I've just been reflecting on this past year, and I just wanted to share with you in a casual, kind of chatty style video what my goals were for 2023. And though this isn't a typical type of video that I would normally do, I do hope it helps some of you to hear just some examples of some personal goals that a fellow Catholic Montessori mama may have. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my 5 personal goals that I have for the new year. I wanted to start off by sharing a little tradition that I've done the last 3 years, is picking a word of the year. So what I usually do is I pray about it, and I really discern and I kind of ponder what kind of virtue I really want to strive for. What is it that I could really focus on? And this year, my word of the year is charity. And I really feel like that is a perfect goal for what I want. I want to focus on others, and I want to focus on really loving others specifically. So my first goal is a spiritual one, and that is to pray with the Lord for 15 minutes every day. I call it my Holy 15. And this would be ideally first thing in the morning that I would give him my first fruits. But realistically, it'll probably happen during their nap time. I am really fortunate that the girls are all really good sleepers, and I do get an overlap of maybe 30 minutes to an hour every day while they're all 3 napping. So that would, for me, be the perfect time. And usually what I would like to do during this time, because our family prays a family rosary together at night, so what I would like to do is really take time to do my spiritual reading. That is something that I usually just kind of push aside. So what I like to do for my spiritual reading is I like to read the readings for the day and then read a reflection that goes along with those readings. So we actually attend a traditional Latin Mass, and my favorite in terms of reflections based on the readings for the traditional Latin Mass is Divine Intimacy. This is done by Father Gabriel, and he's a Carmelite, and his reflections are just short and sweet, but also right to a point that I can actually focus on and meditate on for the rest of the day. So if you haven't heard of Divine Intimacy and you go to a traditional Latin Mass, highly recommend Divine Intimacy. If you go to Novus Ordo, I would really recommend In Conversations with God by Francis Fernandez. I bought the whole series and read all of them like back to back year after year because they're just so beautiful. So again, that's called In Conversation with God. And if you're looking for reflections that pair with the readings, those are also, it's a beautiful choice. My second goal is for my spouse, and that is to have a date night with my husband every Saturday. So our hope is every Saturday night that we would make time for each other. So typically what that would look like is probably, dinner together after the kids go to bed and playing a board game. We really love playing Ticket to Ride or Catan, just watching a show together, hanging out together, just spending time together. I feel like oftentimes the weeks go by and we're trying to make time for each other, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. So kind of having that marked in my schedule that every Saturday night I'm going to, spend time with my husband is really a goal for me. And then where our plan is every month we would hire a babysitter and go out to eat. So that would happen once a month, and for us that would be perfect. So we want to, spend most of our date nights in, but sometimes it's just nice to go out. My third goal is to make a family yearbook. This is something I've been wanting to do year after year, and I'm just not in the habit of taking photos of my family. I don't know, it seems funny, right? Because I have my camera and I'm filming these videos, but I'm not in the habit of having my phone with me and taking, just kind of candid photos of the kids. My hope is to have file folders on my computer and every month to upload them into this folder and until I get to the end of the year, and have a running document that would actually state, just very briefly, just kind of fun highlights from that month. Things that we did together as a family, any kind of firsts that happened, like for example, when Gemma eats for the first time. And just kind of keep that running document for every month so that I can look back, and when I'm putting together that yearbook, I can know what we did for each month. So there's a lot of programs out there that you can use to make a family yearbook. I looked into Blurb or Mixbook, but again, I'm not quite sure which one I'm gonna choose, but those are the two that I found so far that looked promising. So we'll see which program I use, but in the end, I wanna make a yearbook by Christmas next year. My fourth goal is to remember birthdays, wedding anniversaries, and baptismal anniversaries for my friends and family. Remembering birthdays and anniversaries has always been a struggle for me. And I realize it's because I don't have a good system. So I need to actually create a better system so that I can actually stay on top of sending a card or sending a note to a good, friend or family member. So I have this calendar. I got this for Christmas. It's the Fiat liturgical calendar. Again, it does pair with the traditional Latin Mass. There are plenty of other calendars out there though, Catholic calendars. I used to use Elizabeth Clare's calendars every year. You can find those on Etsy, and Theology of the Home also has some great calendars. And if there's any other, if you want to comment down below, if you know of another good Catholic calendar, especially for Novus Ordo, please comment down below. If you do attend a traditional Latin Mass, I'm really excited to use this one. But something similar, some kind of planner that I'm gonna use, right? Or that you could use if this is something you'd like to do too, to just mark down those special birthdays and anniversaries that you can remember. And the trick is you're gonna have to write them out month to month, or even more so that you can actually send the card in time. So my hope is to have, very practically speaking, a box of cards and stamps and everything ready to go and everything marked in my calendar. So all I have to do is just quickly write it down and mail it. And my fifth goal is for my girls, and that is to provide more handicrafts for them during our homeschool time. I have been really considering all these different skills that I really want them to learn. And a lot of them revolve around using their hands. And Montessori is huge on this, right? I mean, the brain coordination is everywhere in Montessori. So I really want to focus on that. And I feel that our homeschool room is in a good spot, but I am missing these handicrafts. So if you're not sure what they are, it's basically anything that you can do or create with your hands. And a lot of common ones would be, sewing or embroidery or clay sculpting. And after looking through a bunch of different handicrafts, I think I'm gonna focus on these 5. So I'm gonna focus on sewing, weaving, clay sculpting, jewelry making, and making sourdough bread with me for the girls. So I think I'm gonna focus on those 5 this year and then see where we go. And I'm really excited. I think it's gonna be a really beautiful way for the kids to really learn these skills that I feel like are just lost in society nowadays, and also, again, really contribute to that brain-hand coordination. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how they really like it. And those are my goals for 2023. I hope that some of these examples helped to inspire you as you're creating your own list for the new year. Perhaps you can also try out that word of the year And definitely comment down below if that's something you've done before, or if you want to share a personal goal that might be really helpful for other Catholic Montessori mamas who are living the same type of lifestyle, have the same kind of values. I would just love to hear from you guys. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, make sure you do so you don't miss a new video, which I try to post every other week. Thank you again so much for watching. Have a wonderful and blessed new year, and I will see you again in 2023. God bless.